very good evening and welcome to the midweek edition of Prime TV News. I'm Ishara Naughton and we'll get started with your top stories for the day. The Tripitaka Conservation Board appointed. The Premier says the tourism industry returned to normalcy due to right measures taken by the government. Visa fees exempted from 48 countries. The US ambassador clarifies about the pact between Sri Lanka and the US. The army commander appears before the Parliamentary Select Committee. India criminalizes Muslim instant divorce. Let's get started with your top stories. Local news first. President Maithripala Sirisena handed over letters of appointment to the members of the Tripitaka Conservation Board at the Presidential Secretariat today. The President has appointed this Tripitaka Conservation Board comprising of 43 clergy and layman members, including Most Venerable Nyangoda Vijitha Siri Thera, Anunayaka Thera of the Malwatha chapter, Anunayaka of the Askiri chapter, Venerable Anamaduwe Dhammadasi Thera, Chief Incumbent of the Somawati Rachama Vihara, Most Venerable Pahamune Sumangala Thera, Most Venerable Medagama Dhammananda Thero, and Most Venerable Tirukunamale Ananda Thero. The reprinting or editing of the Tripitaka will be completely prohibited in the future without the approval of the Tripitaka Conservation Board appointed by the President. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe says as the government took due measures to uplift the tourism industry, things have returned to normalcy. Prime Minister Wickremesinghe was speaking at a media briefing held at Temple Trees. The event was organised to announce the lifting of visa fees with the view of boosting the country's tourism. The visa fee exemption will be valid to 48 countries. Addressing the gathering, the Premier said that measures have been taken to beef up security in cultural and religious events in the country, including the Kandy Asala Festival. The Prime Minister noted that due to the unexpected terror attacks, the country's target on the tourism industry was hindered. He observed that the tourist arrivals increased in the last 2 months. The tourist arrivals in this month has increased by 150% as compared to the same period last year. The room rates and the airport charges have also been slashed to encourage more tourists to visit the island. The Premier said that no leading international magazines on tourism downgraded Sri Lanka. He was hopeful that within several months, the tourism industry in the country can be uplifted to a vibrant position. Minister John Amarathunga and State Minister Ranjithalu Vihare were also present in the event. Chairman of the Tourism Promotion Bureau, Kishu Gomez, also spoke. Army Commander Lieutenant General Mahesh Senanayake appeared before the Parliamentary Select Committee inquiring on the Easter Sunday terror attack. The Army Commander appeared before the committee for the second time. The committee sat at 11 a.m. today. Former Defence Secretary Kapila Vaidyaratne and Army Commander Lieutenant General Mahesh Senanayake were summoned. The Army Commander said that the Army had taken measures to provide information about the suspects linked with the attack before it happened. He noted that he will produce the relevant documents to the committee. Meanwhile, member of the committee, parliamentarian Dr. Jayampati Wickramaratne said that the media circulating wrong information about excusing the Attorney General on submitting evidence before the committee. US Ambassador in Sri Lanka, Elena B. Teplis, says the media propaganda on the pact signed between Sri Lanka and the US is totally false. The US Ambassador was speaking at the 3rd Annual General Meeting of the US-Sri Lanka Business Council. The event was attended by several key people, including Secretary to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ravinatha Arya Singha.
What's in it for the United States? Some of the misinformation and disinformation in the media has suggested the United States is going to own a bunch of land at the end of this project. The United States promotes business by helping to improve economies, creating more opportunities for the private sector to compete, and more opportunities for communities to become prosperous. An expanding economy spells growing business opportunities and the chance to eliminate poverty. It means a win-win for our countries. I believe the private sector has a key role to play in creating the thriving global economy of the future. We would like to support that effort. The United States values new ideas, new approaches, and more effective and affordable products and services that help us all work more productively and meet new needs. In fact, I encourage all of you, as members of the private sector, to take a look at the procurement partnership and investment opportunities that you can find on the Work With Us page on the MCC website at www.mcc.gov. You can also find all of the MCC agreements with other countries. They're all there.
President Maithripala Sirisena emphasizes that the religious leaders should take the lead in mending the hearts of the people that were broken in the tragic incident of April 21st. The president also said that politicians should fulfill their national responsibility in this regard, leaving aside their narrow political agendas. The president made these observations addressing the National Conference on Peace, Unity and Reconciliation held at the Nelum Pokuna Theatre in Colombo. Although the lives lost on the 21st of April cannot be restored, the president said that everyone can come together to defeat terrorism and ensure peace, unity and reconciliation in the country for the sake of the future generation. The president added that the government has taken every possible step to eradicate the hatred, fear, suspicion and distrust among the people of Sri Lanka following the April 21st terror incident. He further said that all the political parties should come to a consensus under the guidance of all religious leaders to ensure national unity. Accordingly, the president also pointed out that it is the responsibility of everybody to abstain from acts and conducts that create fear and distrust among the people. A large number of religious leaders and prominent politicians were present at the conference, and foreign dignitaries, including the Secretary General of the Muslim World League, Dr. Muhammad bin Abdullah Karim Al-Issa, also participated in this event. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe met with the General Secretary of the Muslim World League, Dr. Muhammad bin Abdul Karim Al-Issa, at Temple Trees today. At the discussion, the attention was drawn on improving religious coexistence and reconciliation in Sri Lanka. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe educated the Muslim world leader on the steps that have been taken by the government to apprehend the culprits who have links with the Easter Sunday terror attack. Replying to the Premier's views, the General Secretary said that he regrets about the terror attack. He also appreciated the government's role in bringing the country into normalcy within a short period of time. He further noted that he had a series of discussions with leading Buddhist monks in the country and was impressed by the Buddhism's core. The Prime Minister extended his thanks to the General Secretary of the Muslim World League for arriving in Sri Lanka to support the victims of the Easter Sunday attack. Several ministers of the government were present at the meeting. The Court of Appeal issued an interim order suspending transporting the garbage which was imported from the UK inside to the country. The interim order will be in effect till the 20th of September. The waste retained at the export processing zone at Katunayake and the Colombo port can be moved for re-exportation only. The Court of Appeal also allowed to hear the writ petition that has been filed to take a legal action against the parties involved in the import of the waste. Accordingly, the defendants mentioned in the petition were issued notices. The Centre for Environmental Justice has filed the petition. Meanwhile, the Court of Appeal fixed dates to declare the verdict on the petition that was filed against taking up of the case against former Minister Basil Rajapaksa on printing almanacs before the High Court Judge Gihan Kulatunga. Accordingly, the verdict will be given on the 27th of September. The former minister is accused of mishandling 29 million rupees of the Divinagama department by printing the almanacs. The case against former Secretary of the Minister of Irrigation, Ivan Silva, on allegedly taking a commission of 4,012 million rupees from a Chinese company in connection with the Nilvala development scheme. The FCID informed the court that more than $3.6 million has been debited to an account titled Hong Kong Red Routine. The FCID also said that investigations are in progress to trace the holder of the said account. Opposition leader of the Negombo Municipal Council, Royce Vijay Fernando, was re-remanded till the 7th of next month. He is accused of robbing a house belonging to a Chinese woman and damaging the property. The opposition leader was re-remanded when the case was taken up before the Negombo Magistrates Court today. A press conference has been convened at the Ministry of Mass Media to educate about the upcoming historical Asara Perahara in Kandy. The event was presided by Secretary to the Ministry Sunil Samaravira, Director General of the Government Information Department Nalaka Kaluwewa, and the Diyawada Nilame of the Sri Dalada Maligawa Pradeep Nilangadala. Addressing the reporters, Pradeep Nilangadala said the erection of Cup will take place at auspicious time of 5:10 a.m. on the 3rd of next month at Siu Mahadevala. 5 parades will happen at the Siu Maha Peraharas in between the 2nd and 4th of August. 5 Kumbal Peraharas will parade streets from the 5th to the 9th of August. The first Randoli Perahara is scheduled to parade on the 10th of August and the final Randoli Perahara on the 14th of August, the full moon Poya day. The water cutting ceremony will be held on the following day. The scroll on the successful completion of the Perahara will be handed over to President Maithripala Sirisena on the same day. The Diyawada Nilame said that all measures are being finalized to hold the Peraharas on a grand scale. A large number of artists representing different traditions will be featured in the Asala festival. The ITN Media Network, which became the most viewed television channel during the coverage of historical Asala festival of Kadragama, is ready to bring a comprehensive coverage on the Kandi Perahara as well.
All government schools will close for their second term holidays tomorrow. Accordingly, the government schools will reopen for the third term on the 2nd of September. Meanwhile, holding seminars and tuition classes for the GCA A-level examination is prohibited from midnight yesterday. The same law will be applied to the Grade 5 scholarship examination from tomorrow night. Printing and distributing model papers and publicizing posters, banners and leaflets are also banned. The Grade 5 scholarship examination is scheduled to take place on the 4th of next month and the GCE A-level on the 5th. Chandana Katriarachi has been appointed as the new Sri Lanka Freedom Party organizer of the Borella electorate. He received his letter of appointment from President Maithripala Sirisena at the Presidential Secretariat. Moving on with more news, Non-Cabinet Minister Dr. Harsha De Silva says the government has been able to stabilize price of rice in the market. With the intervention of the government, 1 kilogram of Nadu variety is sold at 80 rupees and Samba at 85 rupees. The minister said that competition in the market has also been secured. The government has been able to reopen rice mills that were shut down due to losses in the past. Measures have been taken to introduce a rice brand called Alut Shakti while supporting small and medium entrepreneurs. A fire has broken out at the Non-Peril Forest Reserve in Balangoda.
Bell 212 helicopters of the Sri Lanka Air Force were deployed to contain the fire. According to the Air Force sources, water was brought to the forest reserve from the Samanalabava tank using Bambi buckets. Meanwhile, a suspect has been arrested with 50 bottles of foreign liquor at Nallurua in Panadura. The arrest was made in a raid conducted by the Panadura South Police last night. The police has apprehended a suspect who has supported a murder. The arrest was made in connection with an assassination took place at the Jambugasmula Junction in Kohuala on the 28th of this month. The suspect is a resident of Nugegoda.
The Met Department says light showers will occur in Western and Sabaragamu provinces and in Galle and Matra districts. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in Eastern, Uva and Central provinces and in Polonnaruwa and Mullaitivu districts after 2 p.m. There may be temporary localized strong winds during thunder showers. General public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by lightning activity. Showers may occur at few places in the sea area off the coast, extending from Colombo to Mathura via Galle. Mainly fair weather will prevail in the other sea areas around the island. Winds will be westerly to southwesterly in direction and speed will be 30 to 40 kilometers per hour in the sea areas around the island. Now let's move on with your biz news.
The tourism promotional program Bring a Friend Home commenced in Colombo under the aegis of Minister John Amarathunga. The tourism promotional campaign is carried out by the Colombo Cinnamon Grand Hotel. The key objective of his campaign is to communicate a sense of urgency to visit Sri Lanka and create user-generated content to spread the message that the country is now safe to visit. The campaign is set to expedite the tourism arrivals to the country and is part of Cinnamon's contribution towards the recovery process.
Launched with the active participation of all local industries, Cinnamon is engaging both local and foreign tourists, taking ownership for creating exemplary change across the tourism sector. Former Miss Sri Lanka and current Bollywood sensation Jacqueline Fernandez will be the first visitor confirmed under Cinnamon's Bring a Friend Home campaign. That's all we have for you today. Do join us again tomorrow at the same time. But till then, you can visit itnews.lk for more information. I'm Ishara Nautuna. Have yourself a wonderful night.